I'm Terrence.
I'm John.
I'm James.
This
is my
Myc'd Up.
Before we dive right into our main topic today,
Hey, what are we going to talk about today?
okay, we are mainly talking about something about money.
Money?
Talking about money today, yeah.
It's about finance. I'm not actually that good in finance.
I'm also not very good in finance.
Let's not dive deep into what those professional terms.
Okay, but there's a story I would like to talk about this guy, which is our ex-governor. He told us about something that our wages right now is depleted by 3 times. Is it?
Yeah, I've heard that. In the
Ever
news.
heard that?
Yeah. So it's something like he said in 1984 he was earning 1,300 per month, and
Uh-huh.
the average spending power at that time he mentioned is that it's around 300 to 400 ringgit. But based on our fresh grad average salary right now we take in all industry, the average is around 2,000 to 3,000, and the spending power right now is already 3 times more than compared to 1980. So he is mentioning that the growth of the spending power is not the same as our wages right now. So he said that our minimum wage for fresh grad right now should be around 7,000 to 8,000.
Oh, isn't that too much for employer to employ its fresh graduates at such high value of the salary? 7,000, 8,000.
Yeah, but I think the calculation that he made is based on the annual inflation, where from 1984 until current year. So that's how the assumption is made that the salary is supposed to be around 7,000 to 8,000.
But in reality, we can't achieve that kind of perfect situation.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what if he said something like this one is the guideline for the new wages, the minimum wages for fresh grad? Do you think this is reasonable for right now?
Actually, for our case, right? For my case, right? I think it's quite reasonable, as you know, the kind of prices are getting up. Imagine getting a Vios in 2000 something, 2004, 2000 to 2007 is around 70k. As you know, the Vios right now is around 90k. Is 90k.
Depends on the
I think
spec.
you need 100k already.
It really
Include all the
very,
insurance.
yeah, on the road it's 100k already. It's very close to 100k. Yeah.
So what was the affordable car last time is not affordable now.
But fun fact though, the most affordable car is still 20,000. The Asia.
The lowest spec?
Yeah, the
20,000
lowest
you
one.
can get Asia.
Yeah, 24,000.
But that's manual one?
Yeah, the manual one.
Oh.
The very basic one. But still 24,000.
So which means if it's, let's say we can afford a 24,000 car with a salary of 7k to 8k per month, I think that is quite okay. Right?
I think that will be like no burden, financial
no
burden at
burden,
all,
no
right?
financial
Yeah,
burden
you
at all.
still
So-
you are able to save up quite a lot of money and
So I don't think that's actually quite reasonable. Actually, why not we just talk about ourselves? Like we don't so fast to like discuss about the difference of getting this kind of stuff, because we would never touch the luxury goods, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So how about starting from ourselves?
Okay, for me, I will choose from 99, of course, because it's okay. My main reason is that it's very easy to access for me. Like I go to 99 Speed Mart, it's just like 100 meters away from my house. Then that is very convenient for me. So if I need something, that product, I won't purposely go until somewhere else to buy it from fancy places or what, because I think it's the same product in my opinion.
Okay, as for me, I just went to like nearby me. I have Aeon, the closest one is just Aeon, because very convenient, very accessible. And then sometimes I'll just go EconSave and Lotus, and then 99 also. The prices for the groceries are actually quite okay, because usually I'll just compare the prices in Hagapedia. Shout out to Hagapedia. Usually I'll just compare the prices there, and then I'll just decide whether I want to buy it or not. Yeah, the prices on Aeon is unexpectedly quite okay, because I was expecting it was quite
It should be quite high.
it should be quite high,
Yeah.
but unexpectedly the prices are okay.
Hmm.
I
Do
didn't
you-
buy much meat. I just buy some dry stuff like biscuits, cereals, that kind of stuff. The prices compared to like EconSafe and Lotus, it was just quite competitive.
Okay, talking
I
about yeah, okay.
I think my approach is quite different than what you two had said, because for me I emphasize more on the quality of living. So usually I go to like the fruit store outside, like specific fruit store outside.
Oh.
I cannot recall which store I buy because I don't look at
The prices?
the shop name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shop name,
Okay,
the shop name.
alright.
Okay.
Yeah, so like usually I will try to compare like the quality. Like if I buy an orange, I will try all varieties like from different countries, and usually I just choose like the prices is one of the factor, but if it's not too expensive, then I would consider like
Getting the best out of the price lah.
yeah, correct. Yeah, so normally I think like the cheapest item right there is not necessarily
The
good.
best.
Yeah.
Okay, so what John is trying to say is that he will emphasize on the quality, which means
The bang for the buck.
yeah, yes, correct. Yeah, so in my case, I feel like if let's say that thing, let's say orange, I buy oranges usually for prayers, because
Oh,
yeah, for
because
the
you stay
first
with
day,
your family.
yeah, yes, correct. So for prayers, we buy fruits, and after that we will eat them because we don't want to waste them after the prayers. But somehow we will choose the best quality over the price, which is roughly around. I'm not very sure. Maybe
Yeah,
one
like
pack
what-
is around
Yeah, 1 or 2 ringgit differences, right?
yeah. So I can say that the taste is okay. It's quite normal. Then I never tried like very fancy orange like from different big countries or what. Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe those are really, it's expensive for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
in
think
my
there's
case,
a reason why they choose, but I think it's better for you to choose like based on your ability to buy the product.
Yeah. Okay, but talking about buying all these kind of products, have you guys heard about membership points?
Yeah.
Like member cards or anything? Like usually Aeon we have all these
membership points. Yeah. I don't
member
have a
card.
member card.
And I remember member day you can use the member points to change voucher and anything that you can buy and rebate on some things, right?
I think mostly we use the points to convert back to the credit, that kind of stuff. If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but usually they accumulate the points using the member cards, but literally paying by using the prepaid card they given.
Yes.
Yeah, top into it, and you get like 2 times or 5 times, 2 times of the points. But I never really got to use it after I got my credit cards.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like for example, Aeon, right? If you are a frequent customer to Aeon, yeah, it's really nice to have the membership
The
card.
membership card,
Because
yeah.
first of all, it's free parking with the Aeon card.
Yeah.
You can get free parking, and
Yeah.
then you can collect points.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, but then because I'm not a frequent customer to Aeon, so yeah, like what Jialing said, I will more focus on
hello.
yeah, like what James said, I would more focus on using credit card instead.
Okay.
Yeah, because for me, I think that the credit card usage is more wide. So you can like go to any store and you can still use credit card to gain points or cashback.
Yeah. Talking about this kind of concept on spending, I remember last time my parents used to use something called bonus link when we go to Shell petrol station.
Wait, bonus?
Bonus.
Isn't that just the member card or something like
Yeah, it is a member card that you accumulate the points and then you are able to change something like exchange for products or some vouchers and everything. Because every time you go to Shell, you don't need to pay extra to get that point. Yeah, you go to Shell, before you just pour petrol, you just swipe the card or just use the card and then you pour petrol. So it accumulates point over time and then we can exchange for something.
But I think bonus thing I only heard that only Shell have bonus thing, right?
For Petronas is for My Mesra, is it? Yeah.
My Mesra.
Yeah.
Actually, every petrol stations have their own membership already. Actually, it's not a red thing already.
Yeah.
Even I also use it together with my credit cards.
Yeah, correct. So if let's say we have this kind of membership point system and then we use credit cards, like some credit cards we have cashback. Yeah, so if we combine two of these together, will we be saving more of our money or are we spending more? Because we need to spend to get those things.
Yeah, that's usually a minimum spend on credit card category. Right? But I feel like if the spending is like meeting your requirement, like your spending habit, it's worth to get that specific credit card, because there's a lot of type of credit card offer in the market. So you just choose what fits your spending habit the most. So that's not necessarily all the credit card has like high minimum spending. Yeah. So if you are like a frequent, I mean, if you drive a lot and you go to petrol station a lot, then you can opt for like those credit cards specifically target for petrol. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, James?
For me, I'll just same as what John said. I just choose what is the best for me. I just choose the best option, the best credit card for me, not the best out there. So for now, I think I'm just using one. I think I have one credit card that can use literally cashback on everything, but on weekends, and then one for groceries and petrols. The cap is not that much. I remember I have one UOB one Classic. Was a good card. Was a good card. Why?
Was a good card.
Was a good card. Because in next one, as for right now, we're in May. I'm not sure whether when this is gonna be out. So currently it's May. So but maybe by the time of y'all listening to this, the spending should be gone up already.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now the minimum spending to get the cashback, get the full cashback is 500. So by the time we get into June, it will be 800. So I'll have to adjust again my like finance spending habit.
Minimum spending per month 800.
Yeah, to get the maximum cashback.
Maximum cashback.
If you are like having only a single credit card, then you can meet that minimum spend easily. But if you have like multiple cashback cards, right, then it's hard for you to like meet this requirement and meet the another card requirement because now the minimum spend is getting higher.
Yeah, speaking of this though, this is quite interesting because before having a credit card, it was very easy to manage my spending habits. So after like having the credit cards, I have to stick to like, okay, I have one card. Okay, so this card, I have to spend like 1,000 to get the best out of it. And another card, I have to use like 500, 800 to get the best out of it. So I need to like literally micromanage my each of my cards to use it as the best.
Okay.
Like I have to like control like my food and beverage. I need to like specifically spend how much on it, and then my petrol I need to specifically spend how much on it on each card. It's quite interesting though. Now it's like the credit card is binding my spending habit.
But is this a good way or in a bad way? Like, does it makes you spend more or it controls your spending more?
Because
It could be both though.
Because you can be like spending something unnecessary just to meet that minimum spending. You know?
yeah,
Actually, it could be both.
because okay, if let's say you are trying to maximize the minimum spending to get the most cashback, you have to spend. Let's say just now you mentioned 800. You need to spend 800 ringgit in order to get how much percent cashback?
The 10%.
10% per category.
Okay,
category,
10% per category. So 800, let's say if there are multiple categories, let's say you get cashback around minimum 200 per month.
No.
More.
40 cap.
There's 40 only.
Just
Yeah.
40 ringgit.
40 ringgit.
800 for 40 ringgit. And if you are not spending this 800 ringgit for your daily necessities, if you are spending it for your own or other something that luxurious or something that which is not needed by you that much, will you be overspending?
Actually, I would say it depends on the product.
Okay. So for 800, different kind of categories, like let's say groceries, does petrol included?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
we
petrol
have
included.
Petrol,
groceries,
Dining.
dining and Grab, right?
Another one is, I'll say it is e-wallet instead of
E-wallet.
Yeah,
So you use your credit card to reload your e-wallet.
yeah.
I see. Okay. So if let's say you are spending for these 4 categories, 200 per category. Wow.
Yeah.
It's actually,
I would have to
if you are
adjust
able
the
to
spending
adjust,
a little bit.
if you are able to, let's say for each of these category, you are using all your payment using the credit card, then it is quite okay.
Yeah.
Should be, right?
Yeah, but then I find it hard to meet the groceries because I don't buy groceries a lot. And imagine you have to meet the 100 groceries, but do I spend a lot on groceries?
But
I
actually-
don't really spend a lot on groceries.
But actually, the card is
Yeah.
just total spend on the card so
I
it
see.
would be necessary be one of 4 categories to meet that 800.
Yeah, no, but if you want to get the category cashback,
Yeah,
like for grocery, it's capped at 10 ringgit, right?
yeah.
Then you have to spend on groceries.
Groceries, okay.
So you have to fulfill the 100 per, because it's 10% cashback for the category. So you have
I
to
think I
spend
won't force
100.
myself to like
Yeah.
spend it like that.
Yeah,
if,
me
if,
too.
if the grocery is just there, I just put it there maybe because I have the UB one cards bind to my insurance. I have insurance.
Okay.
I use insurance and then auto deduct on my credit card. So I think I would easily meet the 500. If the 800, I think I want to spend more on the card to get the maximum cashback because
Yeah.
it would be very hard for me to hit the. It was like 1 point. I don't know how much. 500 to 800. That's a lot. Actually, that's a lot.
You see, like based on my viewpoint is that it will make me want to spend more, because the ultimate objective of me getting the card is to get the cashback, right?
Yeah.
But then if I didn't meet the category, means I'm getting less cashback, but I have to meet the minimum spending. Yeah. So in terms I didn't fully utilize what the card offers me. Like I don't spend a lot on groceries,
Okay.
so I am not getting that particular category cashback. So in total, I only get 30, but I have to spend 800
Yeah.
to get 30, which is not worth it.
Yeah.
So, we already worked for 2 years. Actually, for your concern, we have already graduated for 2 years. We sort of working for 2 years already.
Is it around 2 years? Yeah.
Yeah,
Roughly
Roughly
around
around 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say we are currently in the IT industry. We're having 4,000 according to job trades. We have 4,000 to 5,000 median salary. So I would say we're in that range lah.
Okay.
We're in that range, right?
Yeah, but
4,000 to 5,000.
some other industries
Okay.
like accounts, it depends on your certification.
Yeah. But
ACCA or
Okay,
Different,
let's talk about ourselves first. Okay,
Okay.
so we're having like 4,000 to 5,000. Okay, how am I using that money? If I wait actually I have to figure out with myself. Hold on. We're having 4,000 to 5,000, right?
Yeah.
Before we're talking about the 7,000 to 8,000. Okay, so for now, for 4,000 to 5,000,
You have your commitments like your car loans.
we have like each of our commitments, as I was mentioning just now. I have insurance, then I have a car outside,
Okay.
and then I have what? Maybe some commitments that it's hard to explain.
Okay.
I have other commitments.
Alright.
I think actually for now, as I'm having inside this range of the median salary, actually I think I was quite enough. Just that I don't have any much more space to to save extra money for future planning.
I see. So the reason that you are aiming for higher salaries is because you want to increase your savings.
Yeah, and then actually current median salary is just to fulfill my current lifestyle. Like maybe if to answer your question, if I have 7,000 to 8,000, maybe I'll level up my lifestyle a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, to make a better life of myself.
Okay. There are some sayings that if you earn 3,000 per month, you live a lifestyle as a 3,000
Yeah.
wages earner, and then if you are earning 10K per month, you will have a 10K lifestyle. But the differences that they are saying is that based on your spending power. But for me, if I believe that if you are earning 10K, you are still able to eat like a 3K. You don't have to necessary, or you are not compulsory to eat like a 10K, right?
Yeah, I think it's more on your habit yourself. Like maybe if you approach those 10K lifestyle, if you think it's okay, you can go for it if you have that money. Like if you want to live back to that 3K, that kind of lifestyle, if you're okay with it, just go with it.
Yeah.
As long as you're not breaking your bank.
I think right, the so-called 10K lifestyle is not necessary on how you spend the money, but it's like when you have higher salary, you have more commitments, which
Okay.
makes you have like even the 10K salary is not enough for you.
I see.
Yeah.
So
Because you have in turns more commitment than other, like you have your housing loan, your car loan, like more expensive cars. So you are paying for higher monthly installment and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's interesting, but I would like to ask that, right, James?
Yeah.
So if you say that it is what you are, I mean you see the car as what you need. So will you just buy like the cheapest car out there?
Nah, for me, okay, for your information, I don't think this is some privacy issue, right? I'm having a Prodo Ativa,
okay.
an Ativa. So, this buying decision, I think I took only like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Okay, so why did I choose this car? This is a very interesting question. Because initially when I was thinking like buying a car, I was thinking like having an Asia.
Okay.
An Asia. But as for myself, I have to travel back to my hometown. So an Asia for me is like, it's bearable, it's okay, but I don't think it's comfortable.
I see.
Yeah, and I have a need like where I have to like maybe fetch my families for once when I back to hometown. So I think the space of an Asia is not enough.
Okay. It's not
Yeah.
that comfortable.
It's not that
I know
comfortable.
Asia you can't fit 5, because it is 5-seater, but you can't fit fully 5, right?
I think even if you fit 4 people inside an Asia, it wouldn't be very comfortable. Actually, because for my Ativa, I fetch my family to some places other from the hometown itself. I will bring them to travel. So I don't want I don't want them to suffer inside an Asia.
Yeah.
But
pack inside an Asia for like 3 hours drive, it's quite stiff, you know.
Yeah, but
And then suddenly I would jump right into the B segment sedan.
Oh.
I was considering having like maybe CT or the last time S70 was just released, so I was thinking about the S70, but I after I calculated, right, I think I could afford it, but if I really getting that car, I would be like living my lifestyle very tight. Maybe I have to save very tight. I have to eat very tight. I won't be like very relaxing. So I just choose somewhere in the middle. So Ativa just come in the right place. And yes, higher ground clearance
Okay.
to
To adapt to our
Klang Valley flood.
area here. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just the perfect car for me. So and then the monthly payment is around 800. It's just 800. So in that 4,000 and 5,000 median salary, I think it was just enough, literally just enough for me.
Yeah.
so for your information, right? Why James is feeling uncomfortable in Asia is because of his
Height.
height. Because he's like quite tall as well.
Yeah.
179.
Do you call yourself 179? I thought you call yourself 180.
No lah. 177 or 179. I don't know. Should be around that area.
Okay, never mind. Round is still the same. It's 180.
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, I understand that this is preference and also you take in quite some factors.
Yeah, some
to account.
consideration based on my salary.
Yeah. So I think Ativa is quite a good choice actually because your leg room is enough for you to drive
Yeah.
and it's comfortable. Talking about S70, actually I remember John mentioned about S70 last time, right? That you want to buy S70.
But
Yeah.
he ended up same car as me.
Yeah.
Okay, so what makes you chose Ativa over S70?
This is not an advertisement. Because three of us own Ativas.
Yeah, because
doesn't mean that
we are talking about our salary versus this
the choice we will have.
choice of what we are
doing.
Yeah.
Will make-
Okay, so basically, I was actually considering S70, right? Because I actually like sedan a lot. But then I felt like because S70 just released, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know about the durability of S70.
I see.
And I don't want to
Yeah.
have the hassle
The
of
risk.
thinking that,
Yeah, you don't want
once a month I have to go to service center. Or once a year I have to repair something, you know.
I see.
I don't want to have that thoughts. So in the end I chose Ativa instead. Because, you know, it's still a Japanese half brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
Alright.
quite reliable, and then the maintenance fee is quite cheap.
It's quite okay actually.
Yeah. For your information, I just serviced my car for the 20,000 km. It was around 350 with the alignment adjustment. If without the alignment adjustment, it was just like 300, below 300. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was easily affordable for us having this kind of median salary.
Yeah.
Proud of national car.
Yeah, National Car actually recently Proton is actually
I
quite
think-
doing well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the new designs like for X50, X70, actually it increases more and more Proton cars in the road right now.
Yeah.
More
But
options.
Yeah.
More options.
So
But I
think-
don't think as a fresh grade you should touch on those.
Yeah, it's
Let's not
the-
dive into that.
So Terrace, you are also having Peridot Activa as your car, right?
Yeah.
So as far as I know, you are staying with your family. But
Yeah.
Jess is having a very different scenario where he is not from Klang itself, so he's having rental. So
Yeah. I'm far away from my hometown, so I'm renting a house right now. I am currently renting with other people, including my brother. So I'm spending like 500 on my rental, but I don't know about your.
yeah,
Okay, so okay, why I chose Perodua Ativa instead. Okay, the year I bought the car is when I'm still in university, in second year or third year. I think it's the third year. Yeah, so Ativa is, for me, it's suitable and it's comfortable for rare long drive. Like, okay, I drive from Klang all the way to, because I studied in Utah in Kampa. So from Klang to Kampa and from Kampa to Klang, I think Ativa is just nice for everything. And Ativa is also quite suitable. It's not to say quite suitable, it's actually okay for city drive as well, because like James mentioned just now, like in Klang Valley we have quite some flood areas. Then Ativa is also quite high, and Ativa is also, for me, it suits my spending power actually. I feel like, because I don't know about you guys, but I pour petrol every single week because I need to I need to do some traveling every day from my house to LRT station, then come back and forth like that. So for 1 week, I will average use around 50 ringgit for petrol for Ativa. So for me, in my opinion, it's quite cheap actually.
Actually, quite similar to me, because but I don't travel that far. I just travel like maybe 10 should be 10 kilometer away from my current resident to my office. So I would average around, maybe if I don't travel to KL on weekends, maybe I can, like maybe 2 weeks 50 ringgit like that. If I travel to KL on weekend, which I do quite frequently, maybe 2 days in weekend, back and forth, I will average around also same 50 ringgit per week.
Strangely enough, that I also spend 50 on the petrol each of the day. So I guess that for Ativa, I think mostly per week you can expect around 50 per week.
50.
No matter your usage, I think, because I drive day to day to office, and it's like 20 kilometer away from my house, and I still need to stuck in the traffic for like 1 hour or 2 hours sometimes, but it's still 50 per week to me. So I guess more or less you can expect this amount.
Yeah, this amount, maybe 50 ringgit per week is quite normal for most of the car that below like 80k range should be quite normal. I think you can expect that kind of money to spend for your daily spending lah.
I think for Proton is consuming more fuel, right, compared to Perodua.
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah. So
But I think fuel consumption is also depends on what kind of person you are when you are driving. Like, if you are always going full speed ahead, then you will be consuming more petrol, right?
But I have one question for you, Terence.
Okay.
What are the alternative option you are considering last time? Because you are living here in KL, right? So you don't have like rental to bother about. But I understand that you are buying that car when you are in university. But then you already know that when you come over to you will come over to KL to work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what are the other options you are considering last time?
Okay, previously, before I chose Perodua Ativa, actually I was thinking about Myvi actually, because Myvi and Ativa is quite similar. Okay.
In terms of the price range,
price range is quite similar, and Myvi actually is having quite a good reputation on the durability, is it?
Yeah.
That you can maintain, you can have this car for like 10 years. I have friends that have Myvi already more than 10 years, 15 years also have, and they are still able to drive the car. So I was considering about Myvi, but when Ativa comes to my mind, I feel like the 1.0 turbo is something interesting. I'm attracted by the 1.0 turbo. So that's why I chose Ativa instead of Myvi. Because Myvi, if I'm not mistaken, the standard Myvi is 1.5.
Yeah.
So I feel like 1.0 turbo, the road tax will be cheaper compared to 1.5. and it should be much more worth it, and I should try something like this. So that's why I choose Atita.
Yeah, no wonder it's one of the best selling vehicles in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So let's say from your university decision that you decided to buy Activa, right?
Yeah.
Now translating into your work life. So what is the impact on your financial planning?
Okay, as for my financial planning, I feel like for currently my financial planning transition from university to working lifestyle is actually quite a huge change. Because for me in university, I feel like I'm spending more compared to when I'm working. Because after I start working, okay, in university life, okay, I have how do I say allowance from my parents.
Yeah.
And you know, allowance is something that you take out your hand and you get allowance.
Yeah.
So that's why the spending limit that time is not that limited. And I feel like after I started working, I learned about how hard is it to work and earn for money. So that's why my spending habit and my financial planning has quite a huge change
Yeah.
from university until working. Like in university, I think I will spend like 20 to 30 ringgit for a meal. It's okay. I think it's okay for me during that time because allowance for me, I feel like every month also I will get this constant amount. It's like, you know, I don't need to work for it. Then why not just go for it? 20 to 30 ringgit for one meal. Then when but if 20 to 30 ringgit for one meal for 1 week, it's already, you know, per day is let's say 30 ringgit, 120. The whole week is around 840, is it?
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that much.
So 840 per week for me, that time I feel like it's reasonable. Then right now, when I come out to work, I feel like this is very, very, very unacceptable.
Yeah.
So I try to limit myself for my own spending for per day, per week, and then because a lot of other commitments like petrol increases because in university I don't drive that much.
Yeah.
But for working, previously I was driving from Klang to KL every day to work, so that's why petrol increases and toll fee also increases because in university I don't use tolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so toll fees increases, and then I have electric bills also increases, and a lot of other commitments that use up all my wages. So that's why I limit my own my spending quite a lot. So that's why that's the huge change from university until here. Because I feel like if I earn more, for right now, for me, I think it's quite comfortable already because it's planned well and I managed to save some money every month. That is something that I think it's okay already.
So I would like to ask, right? Do you save money at the end of the month where you already spent all of your money, or you save the specific amount every month you target,
Okay.
then you spend the rest?
Okay, so it depends on in my case, okay, my financial planning is I will do something like this. I will mark an amount down at the starting of the month. If throughout the month, touch wood, no accident, no anything happen, then that amount will be 100% into my savings. That is what how I manage my financial. So okay, let's say if I put 20% of my wages per month just to saving, then this percent will be held until the end of the month. If throughout the month there aren't any emergency situations or I don't have to pay anything extra, then yes, that amount will be in my savings.
I see.
Yeah.
That's a good habit. What about you, James?
Actually, about me, right? I would say my case is quite different than my parents because I would say literally in reverse. Because in university, I don't take money from my parents. Yeah, so I just spend it actually quite okay, I would say. It was not much difference than what I am using right now. So currently, I would say my commitment is around adding cars and rentals. It was like it would be like 2000s. 2000 should be around 2008 to 2000s. So my spending on food, I think I am quite reservative on that, because I usually control my daily spending on food and beverages is around, on weekdays, specifically on weekdays only, I will control it around 20 ringgits. How am I gonna control under 20 ringgits? My breakfast, I'll just take it from the office. I will just usually take it from office, it's free.
Okay.
And then my lunch usually will be under 10 ringgit, and then my dinner will be under 10 ringgit. It's easily 20 ringgit. So at most, my monthly spending on food, it should be around 600. Yeah, so, and then the extras I will like use for my some wants. I
Okay.
will spend a lot on my wants.
Okay.
So
Like what?
yeah, my clothes, I would like spend maybe 300 or 400 per month, I would say.
Clothes 300 to 400 per month.
Oh, we have a ladies.
Wow.
I think it would be average around that area. I think
Do
should be
you
around
constantly
300.
buy clothes every month, or you
No.
consider like a few months and then you buy something luxurious and then you divide it by these few
Nah,
months?
I just like to buy from Uniqlo's. So I think sometimes most of the time I just go to the value buy section and then I just choose what is good, what is suitable for me. I think I just choose, usually it was cost around 80 to 90 per pieces. So I think it would be average around maybe, okay lah, actually not that much, not like 300 that much, maybe 200. And then sometimes I think I just spend more on the petrol, I guess. Maybe some, because recently I was going back to hometown quite often. And then after going back to hometown, I would travel to other places as well. So I think I spend that much money as well. About my savings, actually, I didn't do that much. I just spend whatever left and then I save whatever left.
I see.
Yeah.
But whatever left is used to buy clothing.
Yeah.
I
Like that.
think the whatever left is after the clothing, right? After you buy your clothes.
Yeah.
Or you use that too.
Sometimes it depends on the thing itself.
Okay, so how about John?
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah.
usually, whenever I got my salary, I will use it, like I will save like a 10% on my savings. And normally I don't touch that 10%.
Okay.
Yeah, I just leave it for like emergency fund, like
Okay.
whatever accidents, right? You say that's
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the whatever left I can spend safely, no worries. So usually I spend more on foods. I enjoy eating a lot of good foods, so I can spend a lot of food, but I don't do a lot of shopping like James did.
Okay.
So I think the shopping money is turned into the food money, but then yeah, the rest is like petrol, 250 per month, I would say average.
Okay.
250.
I think
And
on
I actually travel a lot, so I think this is on the higher side of the
Yeah.
petrol.
me
Yeah.
definitely is on the higher side.
Okay.
Then then the rest is car loan. And then like the rental, I would say.
I think the commitment should be around the same lah, I would say. Per month.
Okay.
But yeah, the commitment is around the same. It depends on how you use your
The rest of the money.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you are a more responsible person, right? Normally you just save the money first,
Yeah.
because always you need like emergency fund for any unexpected
Yeah.
cases,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, after I allocate my savings and everything, I think I spend quite a lot on games.
Like
Games
Yeah.
like those skins.
yeah, like those PC games, like sometimes I buy some weekly pass on like Honkai Star Rail, or monthly pass, or all those things. Yeah, so
Those actually in our current range, we still can somehow afford that what we want. Not like
Yeah.
we still have to hold our belt tight and then need to live our life
I
tight.
think even with like the car loans, right? I think we are still living our lifestyle quite comfortably without any concerns on the finance side, right? Yeah, like
As a single individual, lah.
yeah, as a single individual. But like what Terence said, right? Even if he's buying skins in game, right? As long as he already allocated like some money for savings, I think that's still like responsible spending. That is not a big deal. Like you can spend whatever you want.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
but I still can't manage to understand why I choose to dine like 30 ringgit per meal in my university days.
I also couldn't understand.
Yeah.
Do you know, like in Kampa, some of the cafe can like one meal can go up to 30 ringgit,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there are cheapest alternative.
Yeah, there are a lot of cheaper alternatives.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah. Just have to think twice when you're spending.
Yeah.
So don't overspend whatever you have.
Alright, so
That's all.
that's all.
Yeah. Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.